Good morning and welcome back to school. It is Wednesday, April 23rd, and we've got a lot to do because Regions start on June 17th. That's going to give us about 7 weeks, really 7.5 weeks, which is about 35, 36 classes, meaning about 18 hours of Photoshop time if we're thinking that each class we work for approximately 30, 35 minutes. So we've got about 18 hours to produce amazing work. What are we doing between today and June 17th? We're going to be doing quite a few things along with creating posters, picking up where we left off before the break, creating posters for businesses in our neighborhood. So, for example, we've got a number of images we can see that are already scattered around our neighborhood. And over the vacation and prior to the break, Ebony, Brandon, and Najee and I walked around Queens and Brooklyn, and we've got lots of businesses lined up, including this one particular business that I went to just yesterday. So, this is Andrew Geloza. He's a lawyer, and here's one particular image. You guys, of course, can use this sort of scheme or sort of design as a template, or you can create your own. You can see that this is the original image. I we're always going to have to clean up our images. So for instance, the cleaner next door, I had to go in and add that C. It doesn't look perfect, but it certainly looks better than leaner on the right hand side. I also added the banner in the upper left hand corner, and I emailed him this, and his secretary got back to me, and she said a number of things. Among them, can you make the color Pantone 188C? I didn't really know what they meant by that particular color. I thought this color was pretty good, but they've got their own requests. So I Googled it, and I realized that when you Google Pantone 188C, this is the specific color you want. So what I did is I used a print screen. I went back to Photoshop. I went to File New, of course. Control V. I used the crop tool, and now I simply have access to the eyedropper tool. So now I can go back and change it to this very, very specific color. We've got a lot of businesses that we're going to be working on, but what else are we doing? In addition to businesses, I know that, and I'm going to show you just how to do this in 1 second. I know that May 11th is a Sunday, and it's also Mother's Day, and that's a very important holiday. So we're going to be creating cards and a really nice project to express appreciation to the mothers, grandmothers, and women in our life who we owe a little something to. So very, very quickly, we know that we're going to press F7 to open up the layers palette. We know that we're going to press Control J. We know that we're going to use the pretty much the polygonal lasso to make really sharp selections. It's going to look much better than that. I'm going to press Control C, Control V, and now when we do that, we've got it on its own layer. And so now we can apply images and adjustments to the background specifically by going to Filter. You guys know this is my favorite. Filter, Blur, Smart Blur, and then we're going to make the quality high, the mode edge only, and then you're going to experiment with the radius and the threshold. And when you do, you're going to come out something that I know you're very familiar with. You're going to then press Control I to invert the selection. This is taking a little while because these photos were captured with my new camera, and they're really pretty big image size, so it might take a second on your computer as well. You're going to press Control I to invert the selection. You know what Brandon did that I kind of like? Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't think it's wonderful, but he created a new layer above his image. This is last week, and if I'm selecting that Pantone 188C color and I'm using a paint bucket over it, he then applied the screen blending mode. So it looked a little something like this. So rather than it being looked like it was illustrated with black, it looks like it was illustrated with this particular shade. You guys can be very creative. You guys are going to include all the specific information about the business that I'm going to provide for you. I'm looking for amazing work, and my ambition is that we're not limited to just Bushwick. We're gonna migrate all the way out down Myrtle Avenue, and hopefully look at all this space around Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan. My goal is to have red little arrows all over the 5 boroughs of New York City. I look forward to seeing your work. Good luck.